Hey guys, welcome back to Clockwise Crypto. Hope you guys move forward in everything that you do. Pure technicals. Let's hit the charts today. Taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin head and shoulders setting up. It is off. I would say this isn't the prettiest head and shoulders setup, but I'm gonna call it head and shoulders. I think we're off by like a couple thousand. I mean, 43.8. The level would be like 44.5. It might be off by like 1,000. But if this pulls back, I would consider this a head and shoulders pattern. With that being said, I'll draw it out for you so you guys can see. Pulling from this low, up, down. The head's right here. Pulling down again, up here, head and shoulders. There we go. Confirmation. Just want to make it really short and sweet for you guys to see. That's what we're looking like when we're looking at the price of Bitcoin. I do have Bitcoin going to 35, hitting our trend line, bounce or break scenario, as we've been talking about for months now. I know you guys are getting tired of seeing this on the chart. Guys, my charts are usually a lot cleaner than this, but really just wanted to document this journey on what we've been calling. Now, I know I get a lot of slack for it on Twitter, but when I'm right, I'm right. When we're right here, I mean, just give us our credit. Like I got tagged into a chain of a Twitter thread, and maybe like a week later, what I was saying ends up being right, and the guy doesn't even give me credit. Like, just give me some credit where credit's due. That's all I ask. I don't want any smoke. Just want some credit. Okay. So taking a look here, we've been spot on so far, but want to see how we play out for this week. Now, I'll go to the weekly time frame. It looks a little choppier on the weekly time frame, but you can still pretty much see the head and shoulders. It's just a little bit more choppy. I'll draw it out for you here so you guys can see for reference. So coming up here, let's just pull here. We have up, down, up top, pulling back down, up here at the wick, and we expect to go down. Same thing, same setup here, especially if we don't clear these levels of resistance. So the levels of resistance that you're seeing are the white lines going across. So the level is 44.5. We don't clear 44.5. Everything still shows in play. Taking a look here, crypto fear greed, we're down to 56. It's neutral. Also, we have Ethereum showing us at 22.75 and counting. So really our analysis is if Bitcoin drops, everything else should take a hit. That's kind of our sentiment when we look at the price action here, but really focusing on Bitcoin. If we look at the weekly, like this is a weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we haven't even broke 50 on the stochastic. Okay, so as we compare that to everything else, I mean, that alone shows us that we're still in that overbought area. Okay, so we're still overbought. We're not oversold yet. So once we get past the 50 on the stochastic, what is the stochastic? Some of you may ask. The stochastic is this indicator, really the only indicator that you'll ever see on our charts. Really just use it as an additional confirmation. But here we haven't even broken the 50 yet. So with that being said, it's really just a confirmation that we do have a bit of a pullback to go to, and I think a full pullback would be to the white line going across, which is about 31,500. But at least we'd want to see a pullback to the trend line, overall trend line that we've been keeping on our charts for months now. I wanted to take it down, but some of the team here, they were like, keep it up, documentation. So we're keeping it up. But I do think that this is really conservative, right? We have if-then scenarios, if-then. So if price breaks 44.5, then we need to adjust. If price does not break 44.5, but breaks 40,500, then we still have that pullback. So, it's all contingent upon breaking these levels, guys, allowing you to react and respond. So I talk about technicals, but the reason why is more so for not really as a day trader, right? I don't day trade crypto. Every project that we're invested in, I'm holding for at least 12 months. So technicals allow me to have good entry points so I can maximize the upside. Okay, so that's what we do here at Clockwise Crypto. I will have a ton of different biases, but really for me, it's looking for entry points. And I do dollar cost average in, but when I really want to dump significant capital, I dump it in at certain price points that are aligned with the technicals. Okay, so I don't want people to confuse me as someone that's jumping in and out of Bitcoin. I mean, I have traded Bitcoin, but for the most part, I'm not. It's really a long-term play. Like, are you willing to hold for 12 months? I mean, for us, it ends up being longer than that. We say 12 months just as a guide. For us, I mean, we can honestly say that we are holding our crypto for a full cycle. So we're holding it for through a bear market, capitalizing at the top, and when we get out is when we see a low broken. That's how we got out of the last bull run, when we saw the low broken here. Actually, it will show you when we cashed out, when a low was broken. Let me see. We saw the head and shoulders pattern here. We got out at about 50, so we did miss on 20, but we saw this head and shoulders pattern right here, pulled down, bounced off of here, came up. When it came up here, and I think we were on the daily, so we saw it on the daily. So let's go, we can zone back. Perfect head and shoulders pattern on the daily. When it bounced down to 30, no, we got out before then. It was up here. We got it right here. So when we broke this low, so like when we got into, made this high, when it broke this low point right here, this is when we got out. And I'll mark it here so you guys can see. We used our technicals to enter. We used our technicals to exit. Okay. We got out here because that low was broken. So we were able to get out. I think we got out. Average price was about 55. We were able to get out because we saw that low broken. It's like, okay, let's go. Time to go. Time to go. And, that was how we were able to, really not be a part of all this pain that's been happening in the market. So really just looking for re-entries, and like we said, it's really just, that's how we utilize our technicals here at Clockwise Crypto. I'm not using technicals to get in, get out, trade, day trade. We're not using that. This is long-term plays. And to be honest with you, we're willing to hold for 12 months. So a lot of traders aren't willing to hold for 12 months. I have a friend that trades Forex, and he'll hold a trade for 6 months and be fine with it. So that's not common though. Most of the people that you see with technicals, they're not utilizing technicals for long-term plays and to get in at certain points. They're using it to swing in and out and try to make gains that way. And just so my experience in these markets is really just not sustainable, because the swings are just so crazy, and 9 times out of 10, these guys aren't trading with proper risk management, so they get wiped. So, but that's what we do. That's how we utilize our technicals. We look at it to see what's going on, what's happening. And when the bull run comes, of course, we're just looking for higher low points, and you could still accumulate during bull runs as well. It doesn't stop when the bull run happens, but it's better to capitalize when we have crypto fear greed at 56, 57, in the 50s, and even as low as the 20s, and just extreme fear. That's the best time to capitalize and utilize these technicals to have great entries. So guys, hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.